They doing it today, and they did it in the ancient times when we was rebuilding the temple. The other nations want to come and build with Israel. And right now, the so-called white man is telling the whole earth that everybody can build in these scriptures and be a part of these promises and the glory of these scriptures. When that ain't how it is. These are the promises is for us. The glory, the promises, the service of the Most High pertains to Israel. According to Romans the 9th chapter, starting at verse 1 to about 5. Alright, you got something? And we still have some scriptures from earlier. 2 Peter?
2 Peter in Luke 21.
Alright, yeah, go back to that. Now, you want to know what? I want to make a point in Deuteronomy 33 and 29. Right. The last part of that, was it the verse or the next verse?
It says, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Right, we was going into that point about the men of the Lord can see the white man for what he is, you know. Jake and Ho, man, all our people should be able to see that the white man ain't shit. I don't give a damn how much you smile and act like he your friend. When they go home and to get around they people, man, they talk major shit about you. They talk about you, they say you are a piece of shit, that you don't deserve to walk amongst them. All kind of stuff.
Not only that, they gonna plot on you. They plot against you.
Yes,
how
that's
to get you fired, how to, the white man in power, how to get you in prison, get free labor out of you.
That's right.
They always scheming and plotting against you.
For you, Jake, that's them snares in them traps, them pits that the so-called white man set so you can fall into them. All they do is set up traps and wait for you to get caught up in the trap. That's why you got that webbing background on the back of that dollar bill. In representation of his system is set to trap you up.
And Jake should know what that is 101, because that's what they call their dope houses, trap houses.
Well, Jake's so stupid, he got nerve enough to call it, he put himself in the trap. He said, I ain't gonna even, Jake don't even gotta set him up. He said, we gonna step right in the trap. Come get us, you know?
How fucking dumb is that, man?
But they don't know. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how stupid is that? You would sit in a house full of dope and drugs. Everybody in there probably loaded high as hell and sitting in that motherfucker waiting. Like Esau don't know what you in there doing.
Yeah, you stuck in one location, the same location. And then this devil got all kind of technology. You think he don't know what the hell you got going on. See how the white man show you how he do his dirt and wickedness, he move around. He keep it moving.
Yeah.
He don't sit in one place. Go ahead, bro.
No, they say ain't not a gram of cocaine in America that Esau don't know where it come from or where it is. Or who's using it.
Right.
Yeah, he know exactly who he
Jake think he really be, I got my game laid flat. No, that white man know who all doing what, man.
Right.
Trust me.
Right, if he don't let you play and sell dope and get caught up, then how's his legal system gonna stand up? How's his judicial system gonna be able to maintain? See, like we was bringing out that point, man, about if you withdraw the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out of this whole system, you would have no system. This system would collapse. This whole system will collapse. But 80%, this is a national number, all 50 states, 80%, this is the most, they got the most prisons right here in America.
Yep.
And you on the 80% is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that means you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is filling up the prison houses. That means you giving the judges the jobs, everybody, all the offices in the judicial system.
Yep.
DA, all that.
You giving child support a job.
Right.
Every government entity.
That's it.
And it make Esau look like he's this upstanding citizen because he locking your black ass up.
I'm keeping the dope dealers and the criminals off the streets, and I'm keeping the sorry daddies paying child support.
Exactly.
Hey, just real quick to show the hypocrisy of the damn white man. is you can look at Rick Ross, not the fat marshmallow nigga
Yeah.
that's rapping Bush. I'm talking about the real freeway Rick Ross. So they locked him up for like 30 years. And his court case, I mean, it's public record. His dope came from the white man, from the CIA. Did they shut the CIA down? Did anybody go to jail? No, this nigga did 30-something years, man. The white man bring all that in, man, and you niggas fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time, man.
They recycle you niggas.
See, this so-called white man got a good system, a real manipulated system set up. Okay, go back where you was at. And that was the point, man. You should be able to see through this. If you got any sense in your brain, even if you don't have the knowledge of the scripture, you shouldn't have no knowledge of the scriptures. You shouldn't have no problem with seeing a white man for a devil and a low life piece of shit. And I'm calling straight up how it is.
Right.
That's exactly what he is. Now, in these prophecies to come, which this so-called white, we don't got to find that chip. This so-called white man is planning on putting a RFID microchip, radio frequency identification chip in your skin, under your right hand, and that's gonna replace money and all the accounts and everything gonna be on these chips. Now this is documented fact that them chips cause cancer and other problems. Let alone that's a brand of slavery, the ultimate brand of slavery. So this so-called white man, before the chip come, or during the time of the chip coming, you're gonna have martial law in these streets. When the so-called white man is gonna come against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to put you to death if you don't accept his system, which is the mark of the beast and his New World Order ideas.
Then maybe you'll call the white man a devil.
Yeah,
Because
just
get
then.
mad. Niggas get mad when we bring that out, man, through the spirits of scriptures, man. When we say the white man is the devil. So maybe when this kick in, martial law kick in, maybe then you'll say you're the devil.
Yeah, to bring in an order, they gotta have chaos. To bring in an order and saying I'm making this law and a commandment, I'm mandating this, you have to have chaos. Everything gotta be buck wild in the streets. And the main one that's gonna be out of control and buck wild is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they know it. That's who that martial law is gonna affect the most. It's gonna affect you Jakes out there. Because they know that it's hard enough right now to contain Jake. Or keep him, Jake is wild, man. And when Jake can't eat no food, ain't got no food to eat, when these prices skyrocket because of hyperinflation. Hyperinflation. Right now we already actually in hyperinflation. It just ain't fully manifested on these prices. The so-called white man holding off. But eventually, this gas gonna skyrocket. You think $3.30 is high? The gas gonna go super high. We're talking, $5 and $6 a gallon in high. In some states, you're gonna have, $8, $9 just for a gallon of gas. Maybe I'm just throwing numbers out there. It can go higher than that. It can go higher than that. The food prices, they gonna get marked up real high.
Right. I'm gonna just add what
go
the
ahead,
elders went into about hyperinflation. We're not in hyperinflation yet, but the money is inflated. Hyperinflation is to where, like, you go to the supermarket and you go and get that loaf of bread, it's $5, and by the time you get to the front, to the counter to pay for it, it's $10.
Right.
Just from the time you done went from the shelf to the cashier, it done doubled in price. That's hyperinflation to where prices change in an instant.
Right. Because like a good example too, like just dealing with the gold. You might say with the gold right now, I don't know, it's like what, 16 and some change, 1600.
I seen it.
Yeah, I ain't checked it in a little while. If you don't get that gold that day, the next day the price might go up. You know, just like the brother was, explaining, dealing with when the prices just can go up at any given second.
Hey, that's not gonna take a lot of clockwork, man. When that gas go up, just that itself, that's the domino effect for everything else, man.
That's the domino effect because gas is what we put in the vehicles to transport our goods, right. Food and everything else. The boats run on fuel, the trains and the diesel trucks and the cars. The vans, everything, it run on fuel. They need that oil. They need gas. So once the gas prices go up, like the brother said, everything else is gonna go up.
Man, I know some of you simple-minded ass Negroes let you live in America, like the brother said, that bread gonna be $5, $10 when you get up to the register. You simple niggas gonna say, well, I ain't gonna pay for that. Yeah, you will. When you go into the HEB and they got 5 loaves on the whole shelf, you gonna be fighting for that motherfucker. You gonna pay whatever price Esau gonna put on there, man.
Hey, and at the same time, you gonna have that's where the chaos is gonna come into play. That's why I was getting to that.
I'm sloppy, mama. Sloppy.
That's why I was getting to that. I was getting to that point. He goes straight out of coming.
Fucking gooks, man. Go ahead, brother.
But listen, that's where the chaos is gonna come into play at because Jake ain't gonna have $5 and $10 to pay for a loaf of bread and to buy goods. So they gonna be looting and running through these stores. They gonna be robbing houses. Go ahead, what you
Hey,
say,
and just to say, cause I knew that was gonna come out. You Jakes think at first, y'all gonna be just, well, shit, fuck it, I'm gonna just take this loaf. They gonna have law enforcement inside them goddamn stores. In the neighborhoods where I live, they already got the laws and they got the laws in Payless in the cheap shoe store. So you best believe they got substations right there by all the goddamn grocery stores.
And Jay gonna be, gonna be bold enough. Get his head get knocked over the head. That's gonna be the very beginning steps of the actual martial law, man. When Jake trying to, maintain it and survive in this society because everything, the prices is jacked up and they can't afford nothing and buy nothing, they gonna start stealing, robbing. All right, go ahead, brother.
2 Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Yeah, the sown places is dealing with the stores, the crop. This land ain't in the Midwest. They not yielding a bunch of crop. Agriculturally and here in America, the earth is messed up. Go ahead, speak on it.
Well, just quick side note to what you're saying. You got the federal agencies going down, shutting farmers down.
Yep.
Keeping them from farming land and growing crops. You got that going on. You got them, in the cattle industry, telling them basically that they can't put that raw milk out. That milk got to be pasteurized and all this, and they systematically setting this place up for a fall.
That's it. So even though, that's a good point. Even though the earth ain't yielding this crop the way it should be, the so-called white man is making it to where the people that maintain these farms and then it's in the farming industry, they can't even keep their business going. Raising the price on seed, and if you ain't got, Monsanto,
that's it.
then you out of business. Or they can place all kind of fines on you. So what you had something?
They pay farmers subsidies not to grow crops, and then like the brothers talking about the Monsanto, they seeds only last for one growing season. Then you got to go back and buy seed from that same, they basically got you in a monopoly to buy seed from them. And then once that seed is planted on that land, that seed take over the natural seeds and push that shit right out. So you basically stuck with Monsanto because down there in Brazil right now, I don't remember whether it was 5 million farmers or 500,000 farmers that's suing Monsanto right now because they don't want to use they seeds because they genetically modified.